We actually are live this time.
I know.
I'm gonna turn this volume down.
Hey.
Sick of it.
What's going on, Jordan? Huh? You all right?
He's got
What's
off
happening, man?
that.
You
He's got
okay?
off that long,
out of whack.
long
Yeah.
truck ride.
I was off for a week. Yeah, I know. I look like
you were off for a week, huh?
That's
Did you
right.
call off for a week? We know the reality.
I'm sorry.
But you son of a Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to show and love as always. We do got a semi-squad in the building. As Mr. Meat himself, Jordan JC in the building. There's a baby in the building. It's the only show in all of Chicago sports where there might just be a random baby on the show.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
We love the kids.
And they said Trick loves the kids.
That's right.
Could
We
you
love the
imagine what
kids.
would happen if we had real money? We had an investor that just spent millions of dollars behind us.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That'd be,
Put it out there, please. Thank you.
That'd be phenomenal. Also, we got, of course, Mr. Two Letters. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better?
No, not Mr.
Oh,
Two
I'm
Letters.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
Mr. Drew better.
Rogue AD.
Wow.
Mr. Drew better.
I'm not AD.
You are AB in theory.
Yes, indeed.
If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro.
Oh, man.
Big shout out to the
Conforming
boy.
with AD.
Hey,
He showed up one time on draft night, and now he gets my moniker?
That's crazy.
Technically, you got his moniker.
No,
but
mine was
he
different.
Yours was different and better. And there was a lot going on there. A lot to get into on today's episode. As yeah, son, that's what we're doing. Yeah, yes, I gave you your intro too. A lot to get into on today's episode. Listen, we got to take a look at the offseason. What the Bears did here, and do we feel like the team found a way to get better this offseason? It's funny because you look at the draft, and there's a lot of this draft that you go, yeah, it's a solid draft for the Bears, but did they really fix a lot of the issues, and are they going to be in a better position as we start the off-season program? Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Boys, how you feeling today?
Yeah, pretty decent for a Monday outside of the rain.
It is like randomly raining. I'm a little concerned because it was like really warm today. I'm
felt
like,
good. Yeah,
is there a tornado coming?
Don't say that.
No, that's how it always goes.
Don't say that.
I just
I
hope
don't
I get
want
home
that.
safe.
Yeah, well, you know, you guys can stay here. Basement's finished. We got a lot of TVs down here.
You got some snacks?
Got a little Monopoly.
I got
We
some
always
snacks.
got snacks.
I do love
Snacks.
What are you doing, son?
that. Snacks and steak.
What's that?
May the 4th be with you. That's
May
right,
the 4th be
Nova.
with you.
That's
Yes,
right,
100%.
Nova.
Indeed.
May the
Where's my
4th be with you.
lightsaber at?
You answer that
promised
question
a
yourself. I don't-
Yes.
Oh, is this a bet that I don't know about? You're supposed
Succulent
to-
lightsaber.
Whoa. Pause.
Whoa.
That's how you,
Pause,
that's how you said, where's my lightsaber at?
Pause, bro.
Succulent lightsaber with wow.
Right.
Waka,
Pause.
waka, waka. Okay.
The
Jesus.
double clockwise.
Great
Waka
start.
waka.
Great start.
The double
Whoa.
clockwise is crazy.
Whoa.
Listen, let's have a conversation, boys. As you know, we have gotten through pretty much all of the offseason additions that we expect to happen this season. It seems like the Bears are rolling with what they have here. Shamar Turner is in the building, of course. You've got Austin Booker in the building, of course. Maybe they make some additions here during training camp. Hush up, son.
Right.
But for the most part, we are in a position right now where it seems like the Bears have the D-line that they expected, with a lot of other pieces that they have added here. Of course, Devin Bush being added, Coby Bryant being added, Neville Gallimore being added on the defensive side, and through the draft, you went out and you got a Dillon Thieneman.
Thieneman. Excuse me.
But no, like there was just a lot of really solid additions that it felt, and you addressed the center position moving forward. When you look at this season, based off of where the Bears left last season, do you feel like the Chicago Bears are improved and they are going to be ready to go for this upcoming season to be a better team than what we saw at the end of the year last year?
I am going to say yes. I feel like it was fool's gold what we got yet last year. More so focusing on the defensive side, because you saw all of the takeovers and you thought that this was a defense that you could build off of, but there were so many different types of holes in a sense that still needed to be patched up. The tackling was bad. The sack totals were bad. The pressure on quarterbacks, like your defensive line needed to improve. And so over the offseason, we talked about they needed to get better at the edge across from Montez Sweat. They needed more pressure from the interior. They need to actually stay healthy And so when you get an overhaul and everybody's gone from Kevin Byard to Jaquan to who else left? Your linebacker Tremaine Edmonds.
Tremaine Edmonds gone.
Like they all left, and you thought, okay, well, how are we getting better? But you got faster, you got more athletic. You brought in Bush, you brought in Coby Bryant off of a championship, a younger, I think, better version of what Kevin Byard gave you. And then also you went to the draft and you addressed a lot of different things. You didn't really go the route of addressing defensive end like you thought, maybe because the draft didn't fall the way you wanted it to. But I think they're putting their chips into more development of the players we already have here. You mentioned Shamar Turner, who really hasn't gotten a chance to show what he can do because of, injury. So that's technically another draft pick. You got Zay Frazier. You got another motivated Dayo Adangbo that we talk about. Maybe he comes out of nowhere and gives you 10 plus sacks. Maybe there's more of an evolution from Montez Sweat. And so there are some pieces here that I think that they want to continue to develop, that they put their trust in instead of, what they had last year. So I think it will be an improvement.
So for me, I was going to say no, but then you started to naming that we're getting some draft picks from the 2025 draft back that are going to make us better. So I have to say, I'm going to have to not pick a side. I'm going to say undecided for right now because, we got some draft picks, but we didn't address all of our issues. Like we still didn't address the left tackle really, because we bought somebody in free agency, but is he going to be the stopgap until our left tackle of the future comes back? Even though we did get the center for the future, we got a stopgap now. We did get the center for the future, so we still got one hold on the offensive line on the left side still in question, and then on the defense we still have the same hole that we've been asking about being fulfilled for the longest time. We still don't have anybody opposite Montez Sweat. Do we have a lot of good interior pieces potentially with Shamar Turner coming back? Yes. Do we get faster in the second level with the linebacker of Bush coming back? 100%. Do we get Thieneman? Yes. Thieneman.
I know, bro. Every time I forget.
We got Thieneman, so that's definitely plugs one of the issues, and we got Coby to plug the other spot in the secondary. So hopefully they could, fill the spots accurately. But my thing is the biggest hole was pressure, and I don't think we got that back. Shamar Turner, he could be a good run stuffer. Could he possibly, sack the quarterback and get some pressure up the middle? Yes, but we have a lot of unanswered questions. So for me, the questions haven't been answered yet.
Yeah, listen, I think there's still a ton of questions that you have right now, right? But and I'm not going to sit here and say that you've got the answers that you were looking for on the defensive line right now. But what I do think that you have to say is, did this defense get better at something this offseason? Because really that's the only question, right? Did the defense get better? Did the defense get better at something this offseason? And I talked about this on the Chicago Bears podcast today. I truly feel like this defense is going to be, what the heck was that? Get out of here. I truly feel like this defense is going to be much better in the run game than what we saw last season. With the speed that they have added to it, adding Neville Gallimore into the middle, I think even if you go Shamar Turner on the edge there, right? Like realistically speaking, he will be solid at setting the edge because of the weight that he has. Oh, I deal with this a lot. Can you tell?
I know, because you're just ignoring it. I was like, what is
he will be solid at the weight that he's at setting the edge, right? I don't think he's going to be great. I think that you can see Dayo out there and he's going to be solid in that run game as well, right? Devin Bush with the speed that he has, Dillon Thieneman, how he was heralded, and Coby Bryant. We know that they're going to be two good pieces in the run game. So like, to me, I think if you can improve at one thing on the defensive side of the ball, it puts you in an advantageous situation at the thing that we care most about, which is the pass rush. Does that mean that you're going to be able to go out there and get 45 sacks in a season? Probably not. I don't think that the pass rush is going to be light years better. But I do look at this and say, you have an opportunity now to be a team that shuts down the run, makes teams one-dimensional, makes teams have to pass. If I know what you're doing, even with the worst talent, I can scheme for it. Is that going to work week in and week out? No. But do I think that it could work for 9 to 11 weeks? Yeah. And 9 to 11 wins to me, with a improved offense, could, or I should say 9 to 11 games with a solid defense, and you add in an improved offense, could be 9 to 11 wins this season, which is a better spot than where you left last season.
See, that's why my issue is that, yeah, we have Booker. Yeah, I'm looking at Booker to give us a solid, 5 or 6 sacks. I don't think he's ever going to get to that 8 or 9 sack plateau that we would like him to. I just don't think that Allen is going to play him and put him in that fortuitous situation to get the double-digit sacks. May I interest you in a free agent that's still out there in Cam Jordan, one of Dennis Allen's former players from New Orleans. He's still available, and he's only supposed to be asking for $8 to $9 million. If we would get him in the later, right before training camp or at training camp, that would, to me, would make us way better than we would have been at last year and going forward, with him on the end, maybe teaching Booker how to be a better pass rush. Maybe taking him under his wings, because obviously he hasn't learned that much from Montez. Maybe we need another veteran pass rusher to be able to, accelerate his skill development.
Good name.
No.
Here's my thing with it.
I'm with you, Drew.
Here's my thing with it, right? Cam Jordan, stopgap piece, not a bad piece for you to have. I'm not going to say that he is. I think he still had 8.5 sacks last season. Is he the same player? Is he going to come, right? Are you bringing him in here and he's going to end up, all right, Shorty, you doing too much now. Are you bringing him in here and he's going to end up essentially being a guy that is kind of in the way of the guys that you have that you're trying to develop? If you're looking to go Shamar Turner, if you're looking to go Austin Booker, if those are the answers, go do something. Look at it. Now you don't want to get down.
Now you want to get
down. Get your goofy self over here. Sit down. if those are the answers that you're expecting to pan out for you, then I do think that you have to have a conversation of potentially bringing guys in that are going to get in the way. Now, does that mean that they are the answers? No. But it seems like this is how the offseason has gone for the Bears, where their plan is, we're going with the names that we have in the building versus the names that we don't. And yes, I know they opened up $10 million in the moves that they made, but realistically, I think that their plan is, Dio, we paid you a bunch of money, show us something. Austin, we've drafted you here, we want to see you do something, show us something, right? Those are the names that, to me, when you look at them, they want to see pan out. And so it's why I think they would probably forego going with a Cam Jordan, but I'm not out on Cam Jordan.
I think there's a path to having both kind of like, I agree with Drew in saying that, that's a name. Obviously, Cam Jordan would be nice to add to this team on the line. You have some familiarity with the defensive coach. He's still technically talented. I believe he had 10 sacks last season.
Who?
Cam Jordan?
I think he had 8.5.
You might be right.
We got close.
It was close. It was close.
We got
to 10. I'm just kind of going off the head. But for me, I feel
it
like
was a better season than you thought a 37-year-old was going to have.
Bro,
37.
I'm saying yeah. Let's see what he had. Those hairstyles.
10.5. You are correct. 10.5 sack season last year.
10.5 sacks. And so for me, like, on that end, yes, you pick up a guy like that, he would do wonders as far as for the experience, the mentorship, the actual productivity on the field. But then I also think I give credit to the coaching staff for having the confidence and the ability to say, we're going to stand pat. We're not going to do anything crazy, which is what Brian Post has been telling us all along this offseason, is that we're not going to do anything drastic like you fans want us to do. If it's there for us, we'll do it. Max Crosby they were probably in on that. That didn't work out. Myles Garrett probably is a pipe dream. And then you had Trey Hendrickson. That was an iffy thing because of injury and all that. But we're going to stick with the players we have in the building and focus on the development, because they believe that they can develop them and make them better. That's just the confidence that they have in their own coaching staff. And I think that's where we should have our confidence. The confidence should be in a Al Harris, in a Dan Richard, my goodness, why am I blanking all of a sudden on the defensive coach? On Dennis Allen. Thank you. I just said it. And all of the coaches together combined, that's where you instill that confidence. It's like these guys can get it done and make these players better. We're not just going to throw them away just because they didn't accomplish something the first year together. The closer knit we get, the more cohesive we get, they may actually be more productive on the field.
Well, and I think that's what you saw Ben Johnson say, right? We got to coach better.
Yeah.
He said it's not, the problem is not that they're bad. It's that we didn't do enough to make them better. And listen, like, I think even, maybe that was a little bit of a shot at DA for not giving certain guys an opportunity. Realistically speaking, remember Austin Booker, we were like, you have no pass rush. You got to go bring in Austin Booker. He went and got Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, who did absolutely nothing here.
I wish he had more of a chance. I'm going to be honest. I was a Shoyinka fan.
Yeah,
I was a Shoyinka fan.
Why were you a Shoyinka fan?
He had to look.
Yes. That's all it is. Like, he's jacked. He's got to be good at football. It takes more than that.
And that's why my pushback to you is that I understand that, Ben Johnson wants us to coach up the players. Ben Johnson wants to develop what we currently have, but you only can coach so much. You have to have some form of skill. You have to have a level of skill for you to be coached up. Like, we got a motivated Dio. So how much coaching is Dio going to do? Is he going to be any better than what he was last season? He had one impact play the first game, and then he disappeared. So it's like, so how much more coaching can you do? Well, coach him up. Was he going to get 3 impact plays? Are we going to coach him up for 1 to 3?
One more is better.
Right. So
could you get to 2?
Right. So
that's hilarious.
Right. So like I say, so you're going to get 3 now in a season? That's not enough. So that's why I say, for me, I'm still undecided how much we've gotten better. We definitely got players back. But for me, I would like to bring in the Cam Jordan to be a rotational player. He is not low. He's no longer what he used to be, but you put him with Shamar, excuse me, with Dio, with Grady, you potentially have a nice solid rotation where we can not only stop the run, but we might be able to get some pressures. Yeah. Since it's not on, since supposedly we are not on a sacking the quarterback, we on a pressure in the quarterback because our strength is in our secondary. Adding another rotational piece will, to me, be able to be a little better.
Yeah, I see it in the comments. You want to comment on that? Somebody said it's JC Hayes' nephew.
I didn't even know he was in the section. As soon as they came, no, we ain't.
Bro, why they talking about the drunk uncle at the party, bro? Like,
you drinking EJ?
Like, I ain't even slurred yet, bro. I ain't even slurred yet. But that's okay. I can be your drunk uncle because guess what? I'm a drunk uncle because your auntie loves me. That's why. So yeah, I can be your drunk uncle.
He loves me.
I love it.
No, I think the one thing I will say though, like, and I think this is the part of the conversation that we don't have enough of a conversation on, is the continuity that's going to happen here on the offensive side.
Ooh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like we and I'm not saying that, listen, y'all know I think that the lines are the most important thing in the world. I've been begging for us to draft line for years. For the love of God, it seems like Ryan Poles figured out the offensive line. Like, I'm excited. We got the best center out of the draft. If he doesn't pan out, it's like you took the guy that everybody believed was the best center in the draft.
If he don't pan out. Yeah,
he's from Iowa. He fits all the bill, right? Like, I think there's a lot of good there. But I think the conversation that you got to have is, if this team comes out and doesn't make every game cardiac, if they go out and they handle business in quarters 1, 2, and 3, are we sitting here with our feet kicked up in the fourth going, yeah, that was great. Yeah. The fourth quarter is fine, and just make sure that you don't blow the lead. By the way, we never saw this defense really go out there and play with a real enough lead for you to say, hey, Montez, pin your ears back and go kill a quarterback. Hey, Dio, all we need you to do is go in there and try and destroy the guy on the other. Now, I don't know if Dio can do it. Montez, I have a little more faith in that situation. But I think offensively, it's going to be such a massive upgrade this season going into, or I should say coming from what we saw the Bears do last year, that now all of a sudden you're going to look at this team and you're going to say, well, yeah, the defense may be, let's say the run defense is 15th ranked. and you're getting into hopefully some good third and long situations. If the Bears take care of a stop or take advantage of a stop that the defense gets on a consistent basis, now all of a sudden you're living in a world where you're like, oh, well, we're up 14 points,
but we didn't.
Very different defense, or you're up like if you get better offensively, you have enough of the pieces defensively for you to say now go out there and play with an advantage. That defense didn't play with much of an advantage last year.
It didn't. I definitely agree with you. We didn't play much of an advantage, but we also gave up 3 and 9s consistently, 3 and 7s, 3 and 12s.
A lot on the run though.
But we gave it a lot on the pass too, because we had like pretty much zero pressure.
Yeah.
So definitely I do think that we improved on the team, but I just am not sure how much we improved because we didn't feel the glaring issue that we had on that defense, which is edge pressure opposite Montez.
Listen, I agree with you, but I think that there are ways where the Bears can be in a good situation even with that. Again, the pass rush is probably not going to be great. But when you talk about getting better, to me, I think that continuity alone helps you get better. This is the first time we've had a coach and a quarterback on good terms going into year 2. You know what I mean? Like, this is the first time, well, in a long time, I should say. This is the first time in a long time where we've had an offense that was top 5 in how many categories coming back and getting an opportunity to take another shot at it with real pieces that we believe in, right? Like when they did it the first time with Cuddy and Marshall and all of their mugs, and we came back that next season, Alshon, we came back the next season, we were like, but the offensive line is terrible. Are they going to be able to do it again? Oh, no, he's dead. Okay, Jay's back to dying again. Like, I think you're in such a better situation now. Yeah. I think you're in such a better situation now coming into year 2 of this thing. Yeah. With your coach and quarterback continuity that it does give your defense better opportunities to actually have advantages. Just situations that they weren't in last year. Like, at a minimum, if the offense is better, your defense should look a lot more comfortable, because if the offense is better, it could be the best offense in football.
It could be. I think it works hand in hand. I'm honestly looking at this team as balanced as I've seen a Bears team in years, or at least in my lifetime. You know, outside of maybe I won't even say that, because Jay Cutler and the Bears, like, their defense was okay. And then that 2016 defense was with Khalil Mack and everything, the offense wasn't on the same level. 20 was it 2006?
I'm talking about when we went to the playoffs. 2018. I'm sorry. 2018. I was like 2016. We got them.
Yeah.
We had what was that mug name? Mike. What was the defensive coordinator that sucked?
I know who you're talking about.
He was the black dude.
I know who you're talking about.
And he played a god awful defense that just did not work. I think he did.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Before we got Vic Fangio,
that was trash. Yeah, it was bad. But I look at this team and say, you know, they're getting better on both sides, almost at the same rate. You're improving the speed, and you're improving the offensive capabilities on on that side, while also keeping the protection at a certain standard. When you go out and you get, you know, Logan Jones, and I saw a comment and a shout out to Bearlissimo, who said that was the reason why he was getting the Remington Award. You know, coming from a program like Iowa, where they push out really good offensive linemen. Hey, Maya. And for me, I feel like the defense on the other end, you address speed, you know, and so even though you don't have all of your defensive line together, you get. Why did he cry like he ain't seen her in 20 years?
Like mid-run.
It's like, at last, my mother. Shout out to Baby Pat.
Mother.
Shout out to Baby Pat.
Mel Tucker, that was his name.
Mel Tucker, shout out to the
Mel
chat.
Tucker stinks.
What a piece of
garbage
work that was.
But to end it off, the defense, I think, is on par with the offense, because you're addressing the athleticism and you're addressing the speed. You're addressing like even if we don't get as many takeaways this year, you're probably going to get better at tackling and pursuit angle and all the things that we were horrible at last year. And so this is going to be a more well-rounded team.
I do respect Ben Johnson calling that out, right? Like, listen, now you should be good. You're in the NFL, right? You should be able to tackle. But I do like Ben Johnson calling out, hey, like, we got to coach better. We got how many plays last year did we just not grab the quarterback? Right, where we actually created pressure, and it was just like, grab them.
Yeah, please.
And it was like, I missed them. Yeah. Like, how many of those did we have? How many plays did we have wrapped up in the backfield, and then a running back all of a sudden pops out and gets a gain of 8?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it is those things, too, where the second year for the coaches, now I know what player it is. Now I know what button I can push. Now I know. And I know what kind of player we have and the positions that we can put them in. Again, I don't think that it makes up for the fact that you don't have a defense. I don't believe the Bears are going to be good in pass rush. Right? I think they'll probably be in the 20s in pass rush again. But when you talk about being able to go out there and make teams one-dimensional, those are the kind of pieces you added.
You 100% right. And I agree that the coaching staff definitely should be better, because we still have the continuity with the coaching staff, because usually before in years past, we'll be losing coaches or coaches wouldn't be retained because they weren't good. We actually have a full solid staff of good coaching that should make things better. But I just know that there's the limit to what coaching can and can't do. The scheme works, but you still got to have talent to run the scheme. You have to have talent to understand where you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to be in a given play. When you see something, when the coaches see something like, hey, this guy leans more on his left side, so put a spin move there. But you got to have the skill to be able to spin to the opposite side to get the offensive lineman that's off balance. So you have to have some skill in addition to the great coaching.
But I think if we get to a point where it's clear that it's not coaching, then we're in a different world. And I'm not saying that it was last year. I thought DA did a great job with what he had.
I did too.
You know what I mean? Like,
except for not putting in Booker. That's my only issue with it.
But even that, right? Like, you're not coaching your defense, so you don't have a belief that this guy is going to go out there and be able to run your defense. Like, you're not coaching players that you selected. He coached Matt Eberflus's defense last year.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine, and in a lot of ways we kind of did, but imagine if we told Ben Johnson, run your offense, but we gave him the same offensive line. His offense don't work. Like, there's no conversation to be had. Like, his offense wouldn't work if he had the offensive line that the Bears had 2 years ago. But he comes in, they invest in the O-line, they go hard on the O-line, they add all the pieces in, boom, we got all the, we're excited about this, we like this guy, yada, yada. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, drop back, Caleb's got time. Wow, he looks like a good quarterback. It's a Christmas miracle. No, you did what you had to do up front to get that done. Now for DA, are we there yet? No, I think he started with a lot more of the back end pieces. And I said this on the Bears pod today, right? Like, doesn't it just feel like he invested
yeah, bro.
I can't stand.
Bro. They throw some shots today. They throw some shots today.
Ooh.
I just got a haircut for the Derby this past weekend. I know I got a decent line.
There's about three black men on the show, and not a decent hairline between three of them.
See, this is the thing about Hayes, right?
Yeah, Hayes gonna crack you no matter what.
Hayes gonna tell jokes no matter what. But when you're only 5'8", that's all you got.
Right, exactly. You know, hey, the air appears much better. Grow up a little bit.
No, but the bottom line of all of it, I love Hayes, bro. The bottom line of all of it for me is you know, when you look at what this team has added this offseason, right? I think that Dennis Allen focused on all the spots that they got banged up in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Think about the spots we were most injured. Interior defensive line. You got a bunch of them now.
Correct.
Linebacker. We got 9 linebackers before we get to the guys that aren't that good.
Yeah.
Like Jack Sanborn is back, right? You got DeMarco Jackson. You've got, if you want to get to the guys with questions, you got Ruben Hippolyte, who we still don't know much about. You got Noah Sewell, who's fine.
I like Noah Sewell. He just hurt.
No, he don't tackle. I don't like Noah Sewell.
If he learns to pursuit angle a little bit better,
that's it.
Man, he's gonna be vicious.
Well, he's also never healthy, so there's that too. But realistically speaking, right there, Noah Sewell is the linebacker version of Dio Adangbo. Like, yeah, I know we like him more, but he's the linebacker version of Dio Adangbo. He's running hard. He's trying to play hard. He runs right past the play.
Yeah.
Man, you know who I'm excited to be? And he probably not going to get any tick. is this running back. This the undrafted running back.
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
The one we got.
They picked up 2 of them.
The first one. What's his name? Oh man, I can't think of his name right now. He was so shifty and fast. I'm like, this is
the one I did the video on.
Yeah,
Tariq Cohen like.
Yeah, Tariq Cohen like the like he's gonna be Swift's replacement, bro. His vision was phenomenal. I'm like, I was getting tingly. I was like, you don't get tingly for first undrafted players too much, but this dude, I saw something. Good. I'm like, man, I saw something.
Oh boy, Jordan! Every time you get a nice car moment, you get 7 bad ones.
All right.
Yeah.
You talking about Coleman Bennett out of Kennesaw State?
Yes.
I don't know if I go that far.
I'm excited, bro. I don't know
if I go that far.
I'm excited because he's that quick twitch back to complements Monangai's power, bro. I like I said, I could be wrong, and I'm 100% okay if I'm wrong. But when I saw some tape on him, and I just got tingly. I'm like, he's the home run hit that we've been looking for.
You know, he's not that fast, right?
Huh?
He like a 4.6.
No, that's the wrong running back. There. That's the other back there. What's the other back? Because one of the other backs that was like one was a 4.4.
Unless you talking about boy that we brought in that we drafted.
No,
you talk about Xavion Thomas.
No, he was undrafted guy.
Coleman Bennett is the only running back that we got. Unless it was one of the guys that was a Chris Vaughn out of Hawaii. He was a rookie minicamp invite. Wayne Matthews III out of Michigan State.
Let me see.
He was a rookie minicamp invite. LaShawn Williams out of Kansas was a rookie minicamp invite. So like maybe it was one of those guys.
I think it might have been one of the minicamp.
It might have been one of the minicamp invites.
It was a
Here's what I would say about all the UDFAs, and I'm still going through all of them. We're still getting through them.
It was Christian Vaughn.
Christian Vaughn out of Hawaii.
Yeah, that was a fast guy I was looking at. Christian Vaughn.
The one thing for me that I look at with a lot of these pieces is I don't know if the Bears are going to find, their next guy, but if you find an Ian Wheeler out of this who gave you a game, right? If you find a why am I blanking on
he's actually healthy now.
Darrington Evans.
He's
out of that,
healthy.
Right? If you find a what's old boy that we was laughing about that I said his mom be following me, but
yeah,
we cut him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's like the running back position right now. You know that they're looking for something to eventually replace Swift, but I don't know if we're having that conversation this upcoming season. You're probably having that conversation when you got to pay him, and by then you might be going into the draft.
Isn't he up to be cut next year?
Well, he's on a 3-year contract, but yeah, he could be cut next year.
Yeah. So they brought in guys, but I was like I said, I know he looked real shifty. The guy from Hawaii was shifty and fast, and I was sitting over there like, ooh, did we just find a replacement for Swift?
You might have,
because we was playing Swift $10 million this year because he got a raise from last year, even though he had good 11 touchdowns last year. Yeah. Can he repeat?
Listen, he had a good season. I think there's a lot of good with what Swift had, but at the end of the day, to me, the running back position is the least of our worries. You went and found Kyle Monangai in the 7th round. You're addressing the important positions on the team with the offensive lineman that you have. Yeah. That's really what you wanted to see, and I think that gives you a lot more longevity with those pieces to me. So I'm excited about what the Bears have been able to add here. I do think the Bears are going to be better this upcoming season. I think offensively for sure they're going to be better. I think defensively you'll be better at stopping and running, and those things will make you. I'll say this.
Let me ask you a question.
They might be in a makeup on a pig situation with the pass rush. I don't think that the pass rush is going to be great. I truly don't. Do I believe that they can go out there and be good enough in the run game, be good enough offensively? Got some wet seats there, JC? A little moist seat.
A little bit. It was a crack.
No, not bad. Okay.
Way better than last time when I had my whole roof open.
Yeah, that was a tough day for you.
So with everybody in consensus, me being undecided, with a harder schedule, improvement. So what are we thinking that is going to be our if we're better, what is our record? is if we're
That's
9 and 8,
conundrum.
if we're 9 and 8,
Here's the
and
thing.
we're better,
Yeah.
do we still consider that better, even if we're
100%.
9 and 8 and we're down two games?
If you're 9 and 8, but it is because you lost some hard fought games to the Buffalo Bills, right? And you put yourself in a position where maybe you're second in the division and not first in the division, but it's because you're playing a harder schedule. But you're a more dangerous football team heading into the playoffs. Then yeah, I think you're in a better spot. I think you're in a better position. I think you're a better football team. And I know at the end of the day, right, like people look at it and say record is all that matters. Yeah, that's true. But I also watched the Giants defense go in there and win a Super Bowl off of an 8-win season, 9-win season.
It was 8-8.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were 8-7-1. Didn't they have a tie in there or something weird? Like it was
No, that was 8-8. That was when they played 16 games. It was 8-8 because they was in the wild card.
But like that to me is a conversation because right, you get into the playoffs and yeah, the offense was kind of what it was, and Eli started to hit a little bit of a heater. But the defense, the entire season, you were just like, dog, they look like they could kill you if they get an opportunity to. They got an opportunity and they took the most advantage of it. So like when you talk about talent, when you talk about how good a team can be, I don't look at it in the sense of it's just if they go out there and win 12 games. Because I watched the Vikings win, what they win a year, 13 games with Kirk Cousins and with a negative point differential. We were like, they're going to lose in the first round. Like they kind of suck.
Yeah.
But they won.
They're fortunate.
And then they lost in the first round. I don't think that that's a situation that you're going to be in with the Bears this year. I think you could win less games this year. You could win 10 games and come out of the season and say, that's a really good football team.
I think that if you're talking about record-wise, I think they do take a step back just because, in my opinion, for the second year in a row, they have had the hardest schedule to start. Because didn't we say they had the hardest schedule by
They did have the hardest schedule technically last season, but then everyone died.
Yeah. And so they really have a hard schedule now. Everybody's looking to see.
Because we played the East last year. We played the NFC East.
Yeah.
Then we played the NFC West.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a hard schedule, but everyone...
Yeah,
I mean, Joe Burrow went down.
It a little easier for us, technically.
Who else went down? Joe Burrow went down. Lamar Jackson went down.
Yeah, we still lost to Huntley. Yeah.
We still lost to Tyler Huntley.
Yeah. But I think that everybody knows who the Bears are now. We're not some hidden team or some hidden gem. Like everybody is expecting Caleb to take another leap. They know that he has special traits and qualities. They're looking at the coach, they're looking at the draft, they're saying, oh, okay, this is a team on the rise. And so I think we get better as a team, but I don't think we win 11 games. I think at the most, maybe we get to double digits and get 10-7, but that may still mean we still win the North. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I think there's a conversation to be had as well that, you know, everybody in the division got a little bit better. I keep telling, I tell y'all every year, worry about the Vikings.
You got to always worry about the Vikings.
You do always say
worry about the Vikings.
They draft so well.
Last year I didn't say it as much because I didn't believe in JJ. When they got rid of everybody, I was like, nah, I don't know if I believe in the Vikings. And they still almost won the division.
Yeah.
This year, worry about the Vikings.
They draft well, and they picked up the little... Kevin
O'Connell is going to say, hey, little Kyler Murray, you see that dude down there, all the gold chains and the diamond earrings? Throw it to him. And just get it near him. Because JJ McCarthy, I'm saying, would like overthrow freaking Justin Jefferson. How you overthrowing Justin Jefferson?
And they didn't have Jordan Addison for the first half of the season too.
Yeah.
So you do got to worry about
that. Might be a problem. I ain't gonna
you still got to worry about
Jordan Addison, an interesting dude.
Because we in one of those.
I've heard a lot of things to where
hardest divisions.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about Jordan Addison from people around, and I'm just like, don't reunite him with Caleb. Let him stay right up there in Minnesota.
I mean, not now. I mean, Caleb doesn't necessarily need him, but when we didn't have that third guy after you let DJ go, I kind of was like, I'm fine with it.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
I don't know. Jordan is decent enough.
He can catch the ball. He's got good hands.
I'll say this.
He's got good hands.
I'll say this. Between him and Kyler Murray, they got a lot to worry about.
They got some mental problems over there. They got some mental problems to worry about. They got some mental problems, but still. But you still gotta, he's still talented.
Talent, he got. Listen, we seen a bunch of dudes with talent.
Talent trumps a lot of inefficiencies.
Talent trumps all. Yeah, I mean, I seen dudes swing on a chick and like on camera and be like, oh, he's gonna. Great example, James Pierce.
Yeah,
we're like, he's got to be out the NBA. The NFL. He tried to tackle 9 policemen. His career's got to be over. But he had 11 sacks in his rookie year.
Yeah.
How about a little probation?
Sweep that under the rug.
Little time off.
He's a young player. He'll learn from it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of them situations.
Maturing to do, yeah.
But no, man, listen, I'm very excited about what this Bears team has to offer. I do think that they could be better and not have the best record or have a 12 win. It's hard to win 12 games back to back.
It is.
It's hard to do that in the NFL. That doesn't mean that you are a bad football team. Heck, the year the Chiefs went back to the Super Bowl, what was it, 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. Or the Chiefs, a 9-win team?
Yeah, they were barely.
Like, everybody was like, it's over. The last time they went to the Super Bowl, like, it's over. I was like, wait till the playoffs start.
Yeah.
And then they sitting in the Super Bowl and we like, they didn't care till this moment right here. So like, I don't think that the Bears are there yet. I'm not saying that the Bears are there yet, but I do look at it and feel like you have a team right now that is trending in the right direction with continuity. And you have a lot of good players that are doing that. And so I think we're going to see a lot of good from this Chicago Bears team this upcoming season. Hey, man, hit that like button if you have not done so. Subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's finish it out with this because we did get some breaking news here. I did drop a video on it on the channel. But I want to get you guys' thoughts on it as well because, you know, it's a team show. I mean, we all involved in this mug. The Chicago Bulls made their hire of their new president of basketball operations. They go out and get Bryson Graham, who was mostly with the New Orleans Pelicans, but was most recently with the Atlanta Hawks and was, in my mind, a big part of the reason why the Hawks made the playoffs this season. Making one of the toughest decisions that you had to make in trading your moneymaker in Trae Young.
Ballsy move. Yeah.
The people have heard my thoughts on it. What are you guys' thoughts on the Bulls going out and hiring Bryson Graham as the next vice president of basketball operations?
I'm going to go the Drew route on this one. I'm very undecided. I'm in the middle because...
You didn't know who he was before they said his name, did you?
I did not know. I was all Matt Lloyd. I'm like, oh, Matt Lloyd. Look here. And so for me, I guess here's the thing. It's always the allure of the name, right? You want the name. You want the guy with the resume that speaks volumes and was associated with the team that seems like they're successful and they're really good now in the Timberwolves, right? Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm fine with them going a different route because I thought we had that with our tourists. You look at the Denver Nuggets, you know, Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter III, and Michael Porter Jr. And then they went on to win a championship.
Gave him a son?
I know.
Michael Porter the Third.
little MP walking around there, yeah. So I feel like I got duped the last time we went for the name that was associated with all of this success. And so what that really tells me is if a guy has an eye for talent, I don't care what his name is. It can be Habibi. And you will be a talent evaluator. And so if this guy who everybody says and is respected around the league as being a very good talent evaluator, a very good scout, comes from that background, I'm fine with it. Give him the chance to try and right this ship, even if it means starting from the ground up. Now, does that mean that he'll have full autonomy? The only concern I have is you saw what Michael Reinsdorf did when you tried to keep Billy around. Oh, this guy doesn't agree with us keeping the coach around. We're done. Is he going to get in the way of trying to allow Bryson Graham to have full control over everything he sees from a player standpoint, evaluating to redoing the roster, maybe even letting go of some people that we may even want? I like Modest, but if he says he doesn't fit the future, what are you going to do then? And so I'm undecided as to how this may play out.
For me, I'm excited because we have a talent evaluator. Yeah, had a stroke. I don't know. Had a stroke on that one. Had a stroke. Had a stroke on that one.
Very excited.
very excited. Because I'm hunting rabbits. No, we had a Italian evaluator in the building. My only issue that he hasn't built a team yet. Yeah. So he got a lot of pieces that are skilled, but he hasn't put them together to form like Voltron yet. So to me, they're independent.
Would we say that Atlanta is a team? Now, granted, he didn't build Atlanta.
He didn't build Atlanta. He didn't build Atlanta.
He built the Atlanta team that made the playoffs.
He really didn't. He brought in. He traded Trey
and brought in CJ McCollum.
And brought
definitely
CJ McCollum,
helped them propel into that mode.
But the rest of his team was already built prior to him getting there.
The rest of the players were already there. Yeah.
So for me, he's still a rookie now because this is his first time where he has clear autonomy to do what he wants. Before he was assistant GM, then he was the GM. He was on the GM for one season, and then now he's upgraded to president of operations. So for me, he step. So he has never had the time to build a team yet. Because when he was there, his longest position was when he was with the New Orleans Pelicans. He built individual talent, but he didn't build the team there because they made the playoffs a couple times, but they never won and went deep into the playoffs. So for me, I'm excited, but I'm still holding back, all the accolades until I see what kind of team he builds.
No, 100%. That's where I was at with it. Like I said it in the video. Like he was not my first hire. He was probably my third. I was like, he's good. He hasn't shown me anything though. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing for me where I want to get excited. I want to be all in on him. I want to be like, yo, like this is the guy. I'll see what else he does. Right? Depends on what coach he goes and gets. The Portland Trailblazers may not bring back Tiago Splitter, which is very interesting.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the owner said he ain't paying him more than $4 million.
After he did that, after that whole Chauncey, after that Chauncey,
hey, brother,
mess,
listen, I'll tell you this right now.
That's stupid as ever.
I'll tell you this right now.
Whatever.
Bring him over.
You can't never say Jerry is the cheapest owner in basketball again.
That's crazy. $4 million for a coach.
He literally said, "I'm not bringing you back if you want more than that."
That's stupid.
All right. Well,
okay. Thank you. And by the way, I don't know if
Bulls Nation.
By the way, I don't know if Tiago Splitter is the answer. Right? I would hope that he goes.
He looked good. He looked good there.
He looked good. But listen,
with
a lot of us would say Vinny looked good in his first playoff series versus the Boston Celtics, and then Vinny was that dude the entire time. He never got better. Like this is one season. I'm not gonna overreact, but I wouldn't be mad at it if we got Tiago Splitter. In fact, I would love it. I think he answers a lot of the questions that the Bulls have. The biggest questions, development, scheme. Like Tiago has all of that. He's bringing the Spurs scheme here to Chicago.
He made Scoot look better his second year.
He made Scoot go from Poot to Scoot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He was Poot Henderson.
He was Poot Henderson. He made Scoot look really good.
Oh, 100%.
Not all-star good yet. But he made him look like that wasn't a waste of. I think he went second, right?
And Denny Avdia.
Yeah, Scoot went second.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Denny
Avdia finally hitting under him. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think if he brings in the right coach and the right GM that knows how to put a team together, with him being a great Italian evaluator, because he is. I'm not going to hands down.
What'd you say?
Great Italian evaluator.
I know what you heard.
I said he great
Italian
I thought you said a great Italian evaluator.
That pizza over there. It needs a little more struzzi on it. It's a 100 to 5-star pizza over there.
Italian evaluator.
What did y'all hear?
Italian evaluator.
Bro, I was like, boy, you're looking for a good DiVincenzo. Hey.
No.
You want the good cucoccia. You want the Mussolini. You want the Botticelli.
I quit. No,
spicy meatball now.
No, if he brings
Why do you keep saying spicy meatball? Hey, there are real Italian words out here.
That's a cliche. I'm sorry. What you gonna do? Huh?
Well, now you turned into the baseball.
What you gonna do? You know?
Oh my God. Oh, hilarious, bro.
What you say?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. It didn't sound like you said Italian evaluator, bro.
Talent evaluator. Talent. Talent.
All right. Okay. All right. We'll call back up.
Right. So you get a GM that can build a team using the expert talent. So you got me saying it now. Quit. Just move on. You got me on it. So now you got
Mario and Luigi.
Now you got me saying it now.
Oh my God.
A talent evaluator.
Yes.
We get it. Yeah.
Then we can build this team. Man,
yeah, no,
the
most important thing, no matter what, right? Whether you go out and you get Tiago Splitter, whether you go out and you get still Mike Nori, although I doubt that that's going to happen now with Matt Lloyd staying over there. Like, no matter who you get, if you don't put talent on the court, talent, not Italians. If you don't, there's not many Italians that are going out there balling. But if you don't put talent on the court, it doesn't matter.
Ain't happening.
Billy Donovan would have won more with a better basketball team. Bottom line.
I do agree with that.
Nick Nurse, second round of the playoffs. He's not a good coach. He's fine. Dwayne Casey, I saw him yesterday with Detroit. Dwayne Casey was coach of the year when he was with Toronto. Then they sent him to Detroit, and he was doo-doo water. Monty Williams was in the finals.
He was nice with Phoenix.
Was in the finals.
And
then he went to Detroit, and he was doo-doo water. Talent means more. And so I agree with you in that sense, Drew, right? If you are a talent evaluator, or heck, with some of these players, if you are an Italian evaluator, there's some good half and halves coming out. As a half and half myself.
Oh my God, look at this guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you are a good talent evaluator, that will put you in a better situation more times than not. Now, the question is, with him having the final say, how often are we going to say that Bryson Graham is a good talent evaluator? Because in every other position, now he was a scout, so that's a little bit different. But in every other position, he's been an assistant. He's been the other guy. I would say, you could look at guys like Herb Jones. You could look at guys like
Trey Murphy
the third, right? And you could say there's some talent down there in New Orleans.
Bro, Herb Jones.
Yeah,
he found some talent.
He's found talent.
So that means he's good to me.
Was he the one pulling the trigger on it? Or was he the one just bringing the information?
Hey, he had to
do both, because that's why he got elevated twice. So he got elevated from assistant GM to the GM and not to president of operations. So you got to be good if you be able to do that. They just don't. AK bread and butter.
AK was the assistant GM.
AK bread and butter was the center. That's the reason why Jokic.
Yeah.
AK built that whole team.
Yeah, Jamal Murray.
But his bread and butter was Jokic in the second round.
The God that he found is going to be the best player. That's like saying Jerry Krause, best that he ever did was Michael Jordan.
And that's why
clear cut.
But that's why he didn't build no other championship roster after that, though.
It's actually a pretty good roster. Tim Floyd was a problem there, but they couldn't develop nothing. But no, I think the conversation you have on that is when you look at what AK did, he built a fine team around him, right? Michael Porter Jr. is in that conversation. I don't think he traded for Aaron Gordon. I think Aaron Gordon was already there when he ended up becoming a GM. But like some of the guys that he brought in to help that championship, like he built that team, and then when he left, they went out and won a ring.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that don't mean that you can do it over here. Right? You did it there. That's great. But it's a lot easier to build a team when you find the God that you got to build everything off of.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree with that. I think here's another thing that I would hope doesn't happen, because if you're looking at the team that he's coming from in the Atlanta Hawks, I do love the fact that he was a part of getting rid of a really, really good player, at least statistically, in training.
I wouldn't say that.
Filled seats.
You just don't hate that. You just hate that guy.
I mean, he did what he did.
I've just always
look at the numbers. He did what he did. Yes, he was a volume shooter.
Inefficient shot chucker.
Inefficient. You're right. He was, but he still put up the numbers. And so for me, you let go of your best player technically, and then, like you said, in the middle of a season, you got better, and now you made the playoffs and went far because of that. My hope is that they don't technically make this Bulls team kind of like the Atlanta Hawks, where you got all of these different talents and parts, but they don't necessarily seem like they mesh well together. You got Nickeil Alexander, you got your Kuminga from the Lakers, you got Reese Asher, you got Jalen Johnson, you got CJ, you have a gang of I think Okongwu is still there. You still got a gang of players that are really good, but they don't necessarily fit each other's game. And so my hope is that, what do we have? The 9th and the 15th pick this year, right?
Yeah.
So my hope is
we'll
that
see
to
what it ends
start-
up being. It could be as low as 13. It could be as high as 1. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I thought it wasn't right. I thought it wasn't.
You're right. You're right. I
wasn't
apologize.
definitive
It's
yet.
not set in
Don't
stone
put that
yet.
negative
We're
energy
not gonna do
because I
that.
want one of them top 4 guys.
I want AJ DeBonch.
Me and you both.
I would love
I want that guy. I want number one.
that guy.
I
Number
want
one.
that guy. I either want 1 or 2. I either want AJ or I want old boy.
From Kansas or
Darren Peterson.
No, I don't really want him because we already got enough guards. I want the big man.
We'll have one that's better than him.
Boozer sample.
We don't have one that's better than him.
Yeah, I don't know you on Cam. I don't know why. I just feel
I like Cam.
There's something that's not
Cam
gonna
get
go
moved.
right with that.
Cam would be viewed very similar to his dad.
He's only
Dad,
19,
right.
bro, so he ain't got his grown man weight yet.
He do.
but he
He's
also
255 pounds.
He ain't got his
He's tall
grown
as
man
his dad,
strength.
too,
You could be a size, but you don't have your grown man strength until.
Yeah, but he wasn't
you get
playing
that.
against grown men. He was playing against guys that were in his class.
Bro, the only person to me he got pushed around was that big
Nah, he get moved too often.
that big center.
Yeah, he did get moved by him. But
Right.
that happens often. If you play very aggressive toward Cam don't.
But he still put up points though. It wasn't like
He will.
It wasn't like he didn't put up no points.
But listen.
He got pushed around, but he still gave me a double-double.
But-
I'll take that.
But
I'll
Carlos,
take that. On your bad game, you still gave me a double-double. I'm gonna take that
yeah,
from a
but
rookie.
Carlos Boozer did that here, and people hated him.
I didn't hate him.
Like
I didn't hate him.
Carlos Boozer would do that here, and me be like,
I didn't hate him.
but he got moved around. Like,
I didn't hate him. He gave me 20.
You got to be able to get that effort on both ends.
Is
Yeah.
this a recent post?
This is from
I like
Casey
that.
Johnson. Baki told us to check out this post here. He said, point of emphasis, Bryson Graham will be given leeway and resources to build out the front office as he sees fit. He does have ties to Brian Hagan and J.J. Polk from New Orleans. J.J. Polk was somebody who I believe did work with the Bulls in some capacity as far as, what was it? Was he
I
the
remember
money
J.J.
guy?
Polk.
I think he was the
remember
money
that
guy for the
name.
Bulls.
I don't know. I remember that name.
And worked with Pat Connolly's brother, Tim, also in New Orleans, but Graham's call on the structure and the hire. So there could be some guys. I think he was here with Mark Eversley, and he was doing a lot of the money. That video of Tim's cracks me up every time. Casey Johnson also said, just spent time on the phone with people inside, but mostly outside the organization on Bryson Graham. Here's a sampling of the comments. Great listener, brings people together, a collaborator, straight shooter, knows he doesn't have all the answers, and is comfortable using depth to help. So listen, if you're a Bulls fan right now and you see
Atlanta,
that
though.
kind of name come in, like
That's Atlanta. Ooh, that's Atlanta.
As long as that depth isn't Michael Reinsdorf, don't go to him for help. Go to the guys that you pick that you know are more seasoned.
Here's the funniest part about it, right? When we're talking about him, the first thing that I thought when you look at his history, when you look at how he came up, even the fact that he was a former player, I think he got Texas to the Sweet 16, I believe it was.
He did.
He's John Paxson, but black.
I'll take it.
And John Paxson built some good
I'm gonna
teams.
say, was John Paxson that bad?
No, John Paxson wasn't bad. John Paxson built some good basketball teams.
Yeah.
He was a part of the hiring process.
He was I said, boy, Pax got a loud voice in that room, boy. I tell you what, because
Here you go.
he's John Paxson
Here you go.
with a little bit of pigment.
We thought that Gar Pax era was bad, boy. The Eversley
Well, the
Arturas era was even worse.
Gar era was the worst part of it. The Pax era wasn't bad.
It was.
But Pax built the baby Bulls that made the playoffs.
though.
We're blessed with Derrick Rose, obviously.
Well,
but
I
still.
think Pax kind of stepped out of the way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think Pax was like, Gar, build your team in your image.
in your likeness.
Yeah, you know, Gar looks like a Muppet. So.
Yeah.
But hey, man, appreciate y'all. By the way, he did
It's like great
technically
finale
he
rates.
did work with Gar Foreman in New Orleans. So maybe Gar shows back up here as a scout.
You did have a super chat.
Gar's not a bad scout.
You had a super chat.
Then we got some super chats in here. Gar's not a bad scout.
I will say, in your role,
He
probably
did
is
make
good.
some
in your
mistakes
role,
there, but he's not a bad
know
scout.
your role.
Dan Tanner in the better said, what up, Pat the Designer and gang, salute on Junior on deck. That boy growing fast, bro. I'm tired. He also said, boy, by the way, go Sox. We got hitters. We do got hitters.
We got
plenty of hitters. Oh, don't act like you don't know his name. You know his name.
You know his name.
You know his name.
Hey,
no,
you wish the Cubs should have got him.
No.
You wish the Cubs got him.
No. We're good. As you can see, we're
Slim
good.
Boogie said, do you think Kyle Monunga is a 1K rusher in 2026? Probably not. Just
Swift
because
is
of
out the way.
just because of the kind of yards that he's going to end up getting. And he's still the second guy. Like Swift, he's going to be the first guy.
Do you think we're going to be running a lot of that 3 tight end personnel?
No. I think will run the most of it in the
more.
league, but like it's 5% of the plays.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know, maybe we're up to 8.
Yeah, because it was a question. It was a question in the chat about your perspective on the tight end Roush draft.
I like it more and more.
I keep saying this. I always saw how he fit. I still wouldn't have took him in the 3rd round.
Okay, I agree.
That was the issue.
The second you got him, you always saw how he fit. It's like, bet he's the best blocking tight end. And you put on his tape, and you're like, yeah, he's road grading Muzz. He's basically a left tackle that can catch at times.
That means he's probably gonna be on the left side helping out our.
Well, that's why you went and got him.
Yeah,
I think that's why you went and got him. I think you're gonna put Braxton out there and say, hey, we rolling with you, kid. Don't suck. We know you suck though, so we're gonna put this guy on the other side.
You think Braxton's gonna beat out Jarek Willis? I think his name is
Jedrick
Wills.
I actually don't.
Braxton probably beats out Jedrick Wills.
Because remember Ben Johnson said he is looking yoked.
Wills is up there.
Yeah.
Wills is a talented
We'll
player.
see though.
I mean, we didn't really see like we saw his rookie year. He looks good, then he got banged up, and he didn't want to Baker Mayfield it, which is smart with the freaking Browns, because remember the Browns, Baker went out there and played hurt with a torn up shoulder, and then they were like, you're the problem, and got rid of him, and it was like, wait a minute, like, that's why y'all still suck today.
Exactly.
100%.
We'll see.
We'll see what ends up happening, man. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do for Mr. Meat himself, Jordan JC. Of course, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. It is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. See Red Nation, stand up. You got something to stand up about this time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
That's right. Oh, you got that happening on it. Oh, you've been doing some upgrades, huh?
Nah, not yet. I gotta go get it, man. But I got something that we can hear at least.
Yeah, because you didn't want those speakers. I was gonna bring you over, those studio speakers.
Well, you didn't let me answer the question. You just got so upset.
Yeah,
I'm so emotional.
Don Burr is back with a vengeance in the chat.
Yeah, the Pistons, won that series, so he's back.
I'm so upset about all them teams up 3-1 only to lose.
I mean, the Pistons were the better basketball team.
No, not at the end, but the first few games